Mary, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm really excited to hear what you've been busy with at Marenica Energy, especially at a time of increased uranium pricing and the start of a potential future growth within the industry. So we have entered the second month of 2021. So what has your attention right now?
There's a few things have our attention. One is the uranium price and the sentiment towards uranium. There's a lot of chat about, its decarbonisation and the impact of low carbon emission power generation like nuclear will have. But that's something we can't control. Something we can control is our exploration project in Namibia. Now we're looking forward to a strong exploration program this year, very aggressive one. We raised a significant amount of money at the end of last year. That's put us in a great position to fund exploration over the next 18 months at least, without having going back to raise more money. So that's a very strong position we have. We can now look at sort of exploration techniques we haven't looked at before, like airborne EM, which we haven't been able to afford before. So that's very exciting. We've explored on our large tenement package in Namibia. It's the largest nuclear fuels package in the country of any company, and we've explored on two tenements, and both we've hit uranium. One it copies quite a bit of uranium there, and then we hit a huge paleo channel down the Hirabeb. So we're really excited about what that brings, and there's an expectation that we're going to get more success with our exploration programs, given the success we've got so far, because we've picked up some quality ground that was once explored by General Mining, who morphed into GenCore and found the paleo channel deposits that exist in the Namib Desert at the moment. So we've got great leverage to uranium price, and with increased exploration, successful exploration, that leverage is just going to get greater and greater. So we're ready to get going on our exploration program. That's what's exciting us at the moment.
Absolutely. The uranium industry is one to be watching at the moment. But something we cannot move away from is the impact of COVID-19 and the impact that that's had on businesses. So how has your business and operation been impacted by COVID-19? And how do you plan on mitigating any further risks this year?
Yeah, look, I suppose the mining industry has been quite fortunate. We've, apart from a brief sort of interlude at the start of the year last year, when Namibia basically closed things down for a period of time, only a short period of time, we've been able to progress as we would normally have done. So we've obviously got to take the precautions that everybody has to do. But, one of the issues that Namibia has, it doesn't have, in Australia, we have JobKeeper. The government just keeps throwing money at people. Namibia and other countries in Africa can't afford to do that. So they're taking the sensible approach that we've got to live with this thing. It's going to be around for a while, and let's just get on with life as much as we can. Wear your masks, social distance, those sorts of things. Wash your hands. Do all the things that we should have been doing years ago with flus anyway. So now I think that's important for us. So we have been able to explore, and we'll continue to explore, but we're just aware of looking after employees' health. In Australia, it's a little bit different. They've got a lot of border restrictions here. So we've got assets in Australia, but the focus is on Namibia. That's where our blue sky is, and that's where we can really get in and operate. Whereas in Australia, it is a little bit harder because, we can't cross borders. We're not allowed to go to Queensland at the moment. We're in lockdown in Perth. That's not where I'm sitting in the desert of Namibia behind me. I'm actually in my house in Perth because we can't move anywhere. Hopefully that'll be lifted. But look, we think there's going to be a limited impact on us in the coming years, unless something really dramatic happens. But it's hard to see it's going to get any worse than it currently has got. So, we've got an exciting year of exploration ahead of us, and we're really looking forward to it. And we're hoping that COVID has a limited impact on that.
Perfect, Murray. So you've whet our appetite with the Marenica Uranium project a little bit already, but can you tell us a bit more about the milestones that you've achieved at the project to date?
So we started many years ago. We were just the Marenica Uranium project. It's a 61 million pound resource, low grade resource. We developed the upgrade beneficiation process that we've patented, fully owned, and that was a catalyst for us to go and build a company counter-cyclical to the uranium price. So we're looking at organic and inorganic growth. We've picked up a heap of ground in Namibia, and we're exploring on that successfully. And we've bought assets in Australia, that 48 million pound of high grade assets in Australia. So the Marenica project was the I suppose where upgrade was born out of, and upgrade is the catalyst for us to grow the company. So without that, we wouldn't have grown to what we are now. And the upgrade process reduces cost base by about 50% of capital and operating. So it's a huge reduction in costs. And, that is the catalyst for us to go and find deposits, because we believe we can develop those at a significantly lower cost than our peers. So it was where we were born out of, really.
Okay. And we've mentioned that the uranium price is looking up for a change. So what are your thoughts on the uranium market in 2021?
Well, the big story is the supply demand. The supply's been diminished because of COVID shutdowns, particularly Cigar Lake down. The Kazakhs have cut production, but also the low uranium price over an extended period of time. There's a lot of mines went into care and maintenance. So, but at the same time, the supply was dropping, but at the same time, the demand was increasing. We haven't reduced the number of nuclear power stations that are operating, and though the consumption of energy coming out of those has continued to rise. So we need more uranium, right? But we're not supplying it. So how do we incentivize supply? Well, the only way to incentivize us, other companies in care and maintenance, is for the uranium price to go up so we can actually make money. So if the uranium price doesn't go up, we don't have a sustainable uranium nuclear industry, right? And we need the nuclear industry for the future of decarbonisation. So I only see one thing happening, and that's the uranium price going north. It has to go north. It can't go anywhere else. And I believe it's going to happen. The start of this significant rise, and as they call it, a bull run, is, we're already seeing uranium stocks increasing their share price through sentiment and funds coming in, money coming into funds. I think we're going to see the uranium price start to move this year, and we're going to really see a significant re-rating of some of the junior explorers like ourselves.
Perfect. Exciting times ahead for uranium juniors like yourself, like you mentioned. So for some of those juniors who may be considering the development of a uranium project in Africa in particular, what advice would you give them, having had experience on the continent?
Hey, look, there's going to be plenty of companies jumping in. I think in 2007, when the uranium price hit $130 a pound, there was a heap of companies jumped in. Now, if you're not prepared, you're not going to do well. We've been in Africa for a long time, in Namibia for a long time. And if you don't respect the culture, respect the people, respect the government and the system, you're not going to get anywhere. So we spent a lot of time on the ground building relationships, understanding the culture, understanding the people, understanding the processes of government, how everything works. And, we spent a long time doing that. We've got a quality team in Namibia that lead that. And we really think that without that, those relationships and the strong trust that we've built with people in Namibia, we wouldn't be what we are now. So I think that if, particularly Australian companies, they tend to go into countries and think, well, we'll just do what we do at home. Well, it's not going to happen in Namibia. It's not going to work. It's not going to work near as efficiently. So I think if they don't respect the country, the culture, the people, the systems in place, then it's not going to work for them. So, we've really built that up over time. We're in a strong position when it comes to that. And I think that's the key, relationships and respect. So that's where I believe that they've got to perform. Otherwise they won't perform. If you know what I mean.
Absolutely. No, that's sage advice for the juniors out there, and anyone for that matter looking to operate in Africa. Marie, thank you so much for chatting to me today. I really appreciate the time, and I think we'll all be following the uranium sector going forward with quite a close eye. Very exciting times ahead.
We will. Thank you very much.